Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's Ameerah K. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I will be giving you guys my Eid makeup look. This will kind of be a tutorial, but not exactly. I wanted to do something different. I didn't want you guys to just be watching me put makeup on. I wanted to actually explain throughout this process of me applying the makeup why I'm using certain products and why certain products I think would be best for a warm weathered Eid. Eid is, for those that aren't familiar, Eid is a celebration after the holy month of Ramadan for Muslims like myself, where we get dressed, we celebrate just all the accomplishments and just that sort of rejuvenation period during Ramadan where you get to do a lot of it's a lot of repentance, it's a lot of opportunities for forgiveness from our Lord. And so this is something that is very pretty much our only holiday during the year for us Muslims, other than the other Eid. So Eid obviously is a very celebratory time. Everybody's out, everybody's having fun, and just being around family and friends is really a big thing for Eid. So with that comes getting dressed up. So I wanted to do a Eid makeup tutorial specifically for this spring summer Eid we're gonna have. Eid is coming up in a couple days, so I wanted to do a quick makeup tutorial but also explain why these products are best for this time of year. Eid is a big time where, you know, you're around your family and your friends. You're probably going to be out probably most of the day, eating, hugging people, things like that. And so you really want products that can really keep up with you throughout the day. So if you're interested in seeing how this look came together and what products I use that I'm sure will last throughout the day of Eid, please keep watching. And also, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you are clicking that bell button twice along with hitting the subscribe button. That way you are notified every time I post new uploads to my channel. So let's get right into this Eid spring summer makeup look. So the first product I used after going through like my regular routine of just spraying, I do like a preset spray on my face, and then I just do my brows, and then I do my eyes before I do my foundation. I didn't record this, but for your brows, make sure you guys are using a brow set that day, especially since it's going to be warmer. You want something to make sure your eyebrows stay in place. If you know, use a pomade or a gel or something like that, just that extra reassurance that when you're coming in contact with people like hugging or something like that, that your brows aren't like rubbing off on people's outfits and their garments throughout that day. So just the FYI. But as far as first getting started, I always do my eyes first. And for this Eid, I really thought the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette would be a beautiful option for your Eid makeup. The colors are just absolutely gorgeous. They remind me of colors that I would actually see women in garments with. So I personally think this is a perfect palette to use, but I did use this palette solely on my eyes today, and I thought that it was really beautiful. The rich colors, the rich tones, it's just something that reminds me of the garments that I see a lot of women wearing, at least in my community, during Eid. So I thought this would be an awesome choice. If you want something a little more neutral, or maybe these colors are a little too pop for you, I would recommend the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette that does have some golds and some rosy colors, but it's more on the neutral side. So if it's something, if the Huda Beauty is a little too loud for you, for your taste, definitely try out the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. But today I used Huda Beauty, and I used the colors Amber, Blood Moon, and Oud to do my eyes. And for me, I feel like this is just a beautiful pop on the eyes. It's not too much for me, at least. I feel like putting a little bit of Fix Plus on some of these colors can really make them pop even more. And I feel like it's like a occasional eye, like it's an eye that definitely I wouldn't wear just randomly. I feel like this is a special occasion eye, but I don't feel like it's too much. So for me, this was my definite go-to. For primer, I personally have combination more on the oily side during this time of year, so I definitely wanted to go in with a primer that was going to keep me matte for the whole day. That is very, very important to me, especially since I tend to like a lot more radiant foundations, in order to make sure that I don't look like super slick and sweaty by the end of the day. I always want to make sure I go in with a super matte primer, and I actually have two options for this as well. If you have sort of combination oily skin like me during this time of year, I would recommend the Benefit Matte Rescue Professional primer or the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter primer. And today I actually used the Fenty Beauty one. I just wanted to see how it performed. I don't get to use this primer too often, but I know it keeps me super matte when I do use it, and I feel like it blurs out my pores a little bit more. I'm having like a little bit of a breakout, so if I look a little if my skin looks a little weird, that's why I'm having a breakout right now. But it definitely has minimized my pores, and it does just give the foundation, in my opinion, a better finish on the skin. For foundation, this was super important for women especially. Eid is a time when you are hugging dozens of people. People are embracing you very tightly, cheek to cheek, things like that. And so one of the things that I always want to think about is, oh my goodness, I don't want my makeup to rub on somebody's scarf or rub on somebody's outfit or something like that, but I want my makeup to last throughout the day. So to make sure that I was using a product that wasn't going to transfer onto either my garment or somebody else's garment, if I were like to hug somebody or be in close contact with someone, would be the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. This is a foundation that I know for a fact does not transfer. It stands up for the whole day. It really blends into any other concealers and other makeup products that I use, which I really like. I do have some foundations that I feel like only work well when I use that particular brand's entire product line on my face. Like there's some foundations that I can't use another brand's concealer, like it just doesn't even out. So I really do like that Becca has a foundation that kind of mingles well with the rest of my makeup products, and this is something that I think they have about, I'm not sure how many shades they have, but I think it's a pretty extensive shade line, and I have mine in the shade Amber, and I've been loving it so far. Just the way it leaves my skin looking, I feel like it blends in well. I don't feel too cakey, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous color. And the fact that it lasts 24 hours is exactly what I would need for a long day like Eid. When you're going to the prayer service in the morning, you're probably socializing a little bit after that, then we go to eat, then you might, catch a movie, then you're going to dinner, so it's something that can really last throughout your entire day. For contour, I have really been loving the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Truffle. I feel like I like this for a summer contour. I like this more than powder because I feel like powder can get kind of cakey. I like that this is sort of like a cream to powder type of finish, and what I love about it is that unlike some of my other liquid or cream concealers, this really doesn't have to stay on your skin long in order to build up coverage. I usually leave it on for maybe a minute, and by the time I blend it out, it's already giving me the depth that I like on my cheeks, like now, or wherever I contour. I love that this color is perfect not only for my cheeks, but it's perfect for my nose. I contour my nose with this as well. Like usually my contour on my cheeks is a little too dark to use on my nose, but this is like the absolute perfect color. It's also a shade that I feel like if I didn't want to bronze, this kind of it's warm enough to be a bronzer as well, but it's it's cool enough to be a contour. It's just like that perfect shade that I really can't get enough of, and I've just been loving it so much, and it's just absolutely perfect. For highlight, I went in with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Chocolate Geode, and I topped that, of course, with the Becca Rose Gold. I used the Rose Gold in my Chrissy Teigen Glow Face palette with Becca. I put on the Chocolate Geode first and then topped it with the Rose Gold, and it gives me that perfect glowy look. I feel like the Rose Gold is a highlighter I would use on an everyday basis, but the Chocolate Geode with that on top just gives it more of like that gold shift. And for Eid, I love gold. I love to look like vibrant and glowy and just golden and bronzy. So using those two together really gave me the perfect finish I wanted on my cheek, but it also didn't make me feel like I had like too much on my cheeks, if that makes sense. For blush, I used the MAC Extra Dimension blush in Telling Glow. This is probably my favorite blush that I really don't get to use that much because it's so gorgeous and it's like orangey, and this is just not something I would use on an everyday basis. But for something like Eid, I feel like this is the perfect blush to use. Literally a few taps on an angle brush can really illuminate your cheeks without making it look like Bozo the Clown. You know, it really gives you a glow on the cheeks, a blushing glow, but not too extreme. And I feel like it sort of married into the highlight that I put on my cheekbones effortlessly and seamlessly. So using this along with the Becca highlights, it just seemed to come together so beautifully, and it seems to complement the eyes so well. Instead of using a regular gel liner or a pen liner or something like that, I use the MAC Kohl Power Pencil, and this is in Feline, and this is my favorite eyeliner pencil ever. It's so beautiful. Kohl actually is a material that's kind of is associated with more of that Middle Eastern or Arabic type of makeup look. So I really did love using this for Eid. As you can see, the black is so deep and so intense, and it really stays put. I would still recommend setting it with like a black eyeshadow if you could, just to set it in place, but it's the most gorgeous color. This will not move throughout the entire day, and it really intensifies any look for me. And I feel like with the richness of the eyes on the top, I felt like something on the bottom needed to be a little bit more dramatic. And even though this may not be the springiest product to use or the best product to use in like a summer setting, I feel like for the celebration of Eid, where you can sort of have free reign to be a little bit more on the dramatic side, I really love the way it came out on the eyes. For lips, I didn't want to do a traditional lipstick. I feel like lipsticks sometimes they just get stiff and they sort of dry out your lips a little bit, and they just don't really have a lot of staying power throughout the day. So for me, the first thing I do, and this is on any occasion, before I put on anything on my lips, I put on my chapstick, and the chapstick sort of helps glide along any product that I end up using. So for this, after applying my chapstick, I knew I wanted to do something that was relatively similar to the eyes without being too, you know, too overly dramatic. Like I initially thought I was going to do a red lip, but I feel like the red lip would have just been maybe a little bit too much. So what I did was I went in with my MAC Pencil Auburn, and I lined my lips and filled them in a little bit with this. And once I put on my chapstick, this was super easy to glide along my lips. So I put this on first and just blended my lips out, and then I topped it with something that I feel like I could slip into my purse for the rest of the day. I used the Ultra Glossy Lip by Colourpop in Ellarie, and this is in the shade Nide, and I feel like it kind of nuded out the red a little bit, where the red obviously peeks through, but I feel like it's not competing with the eyes so much. These are, and mind you, these are products that can fit into a slender purse. That's really important to me. Sometimes like people don't traditionally want to wear like their everyday purse to Eid. Sometimes it's a smaller purse, or it's a clutch, or something, you know, just sleeker or something like that. So I wanted to use products that if I decided to take with me, these are things that would fit into my purse with no problem. So beauties, this is my Eid look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found my explanation for these products useful. If you have any Eid tips or Eid makeup tips you want to share with myself or share with others, please leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you took something away from this video. Please let me know if you recreate this look. Tag me. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, all here, and I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. You can also catch me on other platforms like Snapchat and all that, all under the same name. If you recreate this look, let me know. Thank you guys so much again for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel a lot. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye.